Again, when you get to this time of year, I don't really know that there are a lot of teams, I'll say, that are a lot better than other teams. So you really do, you're picking a fight when the game starts, and certainly our opponent fought us hard tonight. And we're fortunate enough to come out on top, but give them a lot of credit. Mike coaches his tail off over there, and they really run their stuff well. And we're fortunate enough to come out on top here tonight.
Thank you. Questions up here?
Well, Reggie, could you just talk about Phil, first of all, and his plays down the stretch and his game overall?
Well, I thought, again, you're talking about persevering. So he did a terrific job of that, played heavy minutes the second half, and was great at the free throw line. That's one of the things that people probably don't talk about as much. Obviously, he finished very well around the basket in the second half. But staying poised at the free throw line, and that was really big for us.
Phil, could you talk about the last the last minute? You had two straight possessions where the cuts across the lane and Malik found you for baskets. Could you just talk about those plays?
That's just good execution. Coach calls a play at the right time after seeing the defense the whole game. And then it just comes down to execution if we're going to do it right. And Malik did a good job of finding me, and other guys did a good job of setting their guys up.
Reggie, you had this game in control, then they had all the momentum.
When did we have it under control?
Well, you were up,
by
10 at one point. Anyway.
For about 10 seconds.
So it's 69-69, and, despite all of, not perfect play, really those last 2.5 minutes, you did play good on offense and good on defense. What did you think of your last 3 minutes?
I thought our execution was pretty good in the last couple minutes. And I thought we just persevered defensively. We tried to switch, go back and forth a little bit, try to keep them off balance. They weren't perfect possessions, but, we made it a point that we have to get out and contest a three. We wanted to take away attempts and make it so that if they got them off, they were contested shots. And for the most part, I think we did that. There was a few open ones that they usually make, but I think for the most part, we were able to do that.
Now that point where you were in total control that we talked about, you went like 6 minutes without a stop there in the second half.
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
I wasn't thinking good. I was thinking it's a good thing they all weren't threes. This is a team that could they could go on a three rant. And so it's a good thing that they weren't threes. I was thinking we needed to close down some of the possessions when they missed. I was thinking we were going to have to switch defenses back and forth because they got so comfortable and they got matchups they wanted. And they have, sometimes they have 5 guys on the floor that can post and 3 or 4 that can shoot threes. They wouldn't go away, Usually you get a lead, your defense has helped you to get the lead, and then your offense has to keep the lead for you. Sometimes we didn't have poise, but the reality is that after those situations, they came back and they executed and scored.
Crump, you kind of stopped the bleeding there with that. You had 3 charges in the second half, but you took a charge and then you played good defense in the post on 2 straight back-to-back possessions. Did you feel like? What did you think of the defense as it was going on, and talk about those 2 stops?
Throughout the year, I always, that's my way of protecting the paint, because I'm undersized. So, I took a lot of charges in the regular season, and continue to do that in the postseason. And now I just feel like I just gotta, be strong down there and just stand my ground.
Reggie, the history of the program, and they've won 1 quarterfinal in 15 years. What would it mean to get to the next step and maybe even further?
Well, it would be huge. It would be huge for the program. It would also be huge for guys like Phil and the seniors, Kiefer, Marty, to be able to say, okay, we were part of a class that we took another step. But it'll be a big challenge and one that we're up for. And we just have to come out and keep it locked in for 40 minutes.
Did you put Crump at the top of the zone there on several possessions late, or was he up there a lot?
No, well, we switched some things. We really played a couple different defenses, and some of them he ended up switching and being out there at the top. And, some of them we had to end up bringing Crump over as extra defender on Hart because, I mean, Hart it's a good last name for that kid, man. He's going to lay it on the line. And we knew he wasn't going to go away quietly. We wanted to make his shots as difficult as possible.
Do either any of you guys, you lost 3 straight, you get a win. Do you feel like, this frees you up a little? How do you feel about it? You're going up, I guess, let me rephrase this. You're going up against St. Peter's, you split with them. You didn't play great the second game you lost, but you were within a possession in the last 2 minutes. What do you think about this matchup?
Phil, go ahead.
Like Coach said, we gotta come out and be ready for 40 minutes. This is a team that has a lot of grit on defense, and they play hard. So we have to match that, especially on defense. And we got to come out and execute. Got to get good rest tonight and hydrate, and then come ready to play because I know they're going to be ready to play. They're a tough team, well coached, and we got to come out and execute.
Yeah, Phil, I was just wondering, for you personally as a senior, you had a really good game in the triple overtime last year, but was there sort of an added sense of urgency this year as a senior?
The whole season I've kind of been taking it a little extra, because it is my last ride. But, my teammates, like I said, did a good job of, executing and finding me on open plays. But, yeah, the whole season I've had a little extra jump in my step. And, halfway through the season I had to talk from a guy, and he just put it in my head that, you can't take stuff for granted, and you can't, take days off, practices off, games off. And that really stuck in my head the rest of the year, and it really helped me.